sky is blue, a Sunday afternoon, she doesn't know what to do.
Hi guys, and welcome to Cara's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. And today's reading is for the month of December 2014. This is your love and romance reading, and this is for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, the card that I intuitively pulled for you to represent what potentially could happen in your love life in December 2014 is the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is, when I look at this card, I see someone who's making off with something and leaving very little behind. So he's making off with 5 of the swords, and there are 2 that are stuck in the ground, potentially because he couldn't carry them. Potentially he would make off with those other 2 swords if he could, but he's making off with as much as he can. And I think in terms of a love situation, I think for some of you guys potentially in the month of December and going on forward, or even happening now and going on into the month of December, you could have your reservations if you're in a committed relationship or in a relationship with someone about your partner. So it could be that for some of you guys, you feel that someone is not being honest with you, someone's not telling you the truth, because this card really signifies someone being a thief. So someone taking something that isn't theirs, someone trying to pull the wool over someone's eyes, someone trying to get away with something. And I think potentially for some of you guys in the month of December, or potentially going on from now, it could be that you're not trusting your partner. So you're feeling potentially that maybe they're cheating, or maybe they're hiding something from you, or maybe they're just not being as honest as you would like. And what I would say for you guys in the month of December is, if this situation resonates with some of you guys, then what you need to do is you really need to talk to your partner, because this card is saying also that trust is a really crucial part of your relationship. And if you haven't got trust there, then there's no point. So before you jump to any conclusions on anything at all, if it's already happened, if you have had the wool pulled over your eyes, if you have had a partner cheat on you or lie to you or be dishonest to you, then it isn't a good thing. But obviously there are lessons to learn from that, and you can move forward. But if it's a case of you have your suspicions around that, you really need to get your facts straight about it. So trust is a really crucial part of a relationship, and you need to obviously establish that within any relationship that you're in. So you need to talk about it with your partner. You need to sit down and just have a really good talk and try and get the truth out of them. That is my advice to you on this card. To me, if you're single and you meet someone, I would say that for some of you guys, you need to kind of get to know everything you can about that person before you make a full commitment, because they may not be all they seem. And I only say that because this Seven of Swords, really the main part, the main explanation for this card is about dishonesty, and is about kind of trying to get away with something and trying to kind of pull the wool over someone's eyes and trying to kind of, get away with as much as you can. And it might even be that for some of you guys who are in a committed relationship, you feel that you're being taken for granted potentially. You feel that someone is trying to kind of get away with stuff, trying to kind of not, they're not putting stuff into the relationship, they're just kind of taking stuff out of it. So I think potentially for some of you guys in the month of December, you might be feeling that if you are in a relationship, it might not just be about a trust issue. It might be a case of that you don't feel that they're putting in as much as you're putting in. You feel that they're potentially taking out stuff or taking more stuff than they're actually putting in. And that again is something that you'd need to talk about with your partner if you're feeling that. But certainly if you're single, I would say that if you do happen to meet someone in the month of December, then it would really be worth, rather than kind of going into it wholeheartedly without knowing your partner properly, it really would be worth your time kind of getting to know them and finding out everything that you can about them. But trust is definitely a really vital part, as everybody knows, within a relationship. So if any of you are harbouring any thoughts about maybe your partner's up to no good, definitely try and get the lowdown on it before you jump to any suspicions. You jump to any conclusions, sorry, about the situation. But this does signify distrust going on in some relationships. So I would say on the surface, this is about distrust for a lot of you guys in the month of December. And it's about having the wool pulled over your eyes. And I would certainly say for some of you guys in December, feeling that someone's taking you for granted. And to me, that would suggest that someone is taking more out of that relationship rather than they're putting in. So it does, in all honesty, signify some challenges within relationships. This card to me does, within December, but it's nothing that can't be resolved, okay? But you really kind of need to look a little bit deeper into it, whether you're single or whether you're in a committed relationship, and you need to kind of get your answers, okay? So that's the end of your love reading for the month of December 2014. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use my Romance Angels Oracle cards. And I'm going to shuffle this deck, and I'm just going to pull one card from the top that will serve as your advice card from the angels for the month of December 2014 concerning your love and romantic life. So let's just shuffle these. Alright, so I'm just going to take one from the top. How interesting is that? Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. How interesting is that, guys? So this card is really saying, the advice angels are saying to give your relationship a chance. So they're saying that they know there may be some issues. So it could be with this card that there are some trust issues going on, but really what they're saying is that for some of you it might be a trust issue that's coming from your own insecurity rather than something that's actually happening. And they're saying that really that your relationship is worth fighting for, so you're to give it a chance. So for some of you guys, and I'm not saying all of you, some of you may have your suspicions about the relationship that you're in, and it might be perfectly justified. However, on the one hand, for some of you guys it might be a case of that if you do have any suspicions about your relationship, if you do feel maybe that the wool is being pulled over your eyes about something, that potentially it could be completely unfounded. So these cards, the angels are saying you need to work on that part of yourself. You need to work on that relationship, okay? So as I've said before, in this reading, you need to sit down with your partner and you need to discuss things. You need to talk about it. You need to go through what's going on and what's making you feel the way that you're feeling, potentially for some of you guys. And this card also talks about, the angels also say maybe seeking some professional counselling, maybe, you know, talking to an external mediator about it would help. But if this situation resonates with any of you guys and your fears aren't founded yet, you've not found any rock solid information or proof or anything like that yet, it would be worth just sitting down with your partner and really discussing your fears, because according to this card and the angels, they're saying give your relationship a chance. So sit down with your partner, talk about it. If you do have suspicions, talk about what those suspicions are. If you have fears, talk about what those fears are, because potentially they could be unfounded. And what they're saying is that this partnership could potentially be a really good thing for you. But you need to kind of resolve these issues and you need to heal any rifts that are going on. So that's the end of your love and relationship reading for the month of December 2014, Sagittarius. I'd like to say thank you very, very much for joining me. And I'll be back, hopefully, within December with your year ahead reading. Okay, so this is a year ahead general reading. And also, just to remind you, I am setting up a second channel, which is Carol's Universe Tarot Advice Reading. This is whereby you can ask me one question, and I'll answer it free of charge with one answer from one, well, of course it's going to be one answer, but I'll be answering it with a one card answer. This will only be 1 or 2 sentences long. It's going to be very short because I'm anticipating having a lot of people come through, but also it really is a taster to the new website that's being set up where you can get a paid reading. So I'd like to say, guys, thank you once again for your time and have a great day. Take care.